Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for helping me reach 50,000 amazing subscribers. To celebrate this milestone, I decided to sell official LUMIOSE Trainer Zack merch only on Teespring. Show your support for the channel by rocking the awesome logo tee or the Let's Go Greninja design. Link is in the description. What's up, LUMIOSE trainers? LUMIOSE Trainer Zack here. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are a month away, and as excited as I am about these games, I do have some concerns. Don't get me wrong, in no way am I hating on these games, it's just that there are some things that have me a tiny bit worried. Like trainer customization. Is it coming back? You can customize your Pikachu or Eevee, so can we do the same with the trainers as well? Oh, you can. Neat. You see, that's an example of an actual concern I had. However, it wasn't as big of a deal to me as some of the other things I want to talk about. In this video, I'll be talking about some of the problems and concerns I have with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, as well as talking about some possible solutions for them. Now keep in mind that as of the making of this video, these games haven't come out yet, so it's totally possible that some of the concerns I mentioned in this video are totally taken care of by then. Heck, some other problems I had were completely taken care of thanks to the trailers that were given to us. So you never know. This is just how I'm feeling a month before its release, and who knows? You might be feeling the same way. Now let's get started with probably the biggest concern everyone has, the Pokemon Go catching mechanics. Now before these games were revealed, and they were just rumors, the leak said that the newest Pokemon games will feature the same kind of catching mechanics as Pokemon Go, which already made me a little nervous. But I was actually kind of fine with it because I didn't mind these mechanics if they were done right. The way I thought it would be is that we would encounter a wild Pokemon and battle them like we always do, but only when it's time to catch it that it will become like Pokemon Go where we gotta throw a Pokeball with the Joy-Cons. And it looks like that's the case when it comes to legendaries. But for normal encounters, however, they just remove wild battles altogether. Oh god. They're really taking this Pokemon Go thing seriously, cause they even replaced the intense classic wild battle music for a more playful and lighthearted theme that's very similar to Pokemon Go. So yeah, rip wild battles. But wild battles still do stay the same for legendaries apparently, so okay. I guess they're not completely gone, I don't know. Anyways, this is where the concerns come in, cause although I don't mind catching Pokemon like this, what does that mean for experience gain? We can't grind anymore. Although it's pretty annoying and tedious, grinding has always been a core part of the Pokemon series that's always allowed us to level up our teams. But without wild battles, we can't do that anymore. On the bright side, it looks like we can still gain experience from catching wild Pokemon. But are you telling me that if I want to get some serious level grinding, I'm gonna have to catch endless amounts of Pokemon? I'm the kind of person that likes to catch just one of each Pokemon. But now I gotta fill up my PC with Pidgeys and Rattatas just to level up? No way. Plus, it doesn't really make sense to gain experience from catching when your Pokemon literally do nothing during the encounter. Sure, it made sense before because your Pokemon was at least weakening them, but now you're literally gaining levels because of how well you can throw a Pokeball? What? At least we can transfer Pokemon in exchange for candies like in Pokemon Go, and the candies in this game help increase stats, so that's actually pretty cool. Now one thing I'm really glad about is that they kept the standard battle mechanics for trainers, so we can at least gain experience the right way through there. But this does bring up another question. Will we have trainer rematches? I hope we do. A great way to gain levels faster than you normally would with wild battles is grinding against trainers, but unfortunately, recent Pokemon games haven't been doing that. So I'm just worried that if you battle a trainer once in these games, that's it. However, there is some hope if the Versus Seeker returns. This was a key item that was used to call trainers in the area that wanted to have a rematch. I loved it. And the great thing about it is that it was introduced in Fire Red and Leaf Green, the first Kanto remakes. So I hope to Arceus that they bring it back for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. If they do, that would be perfect. Another concern about these games is one that I don't really have myself, but one that a lot of people seem to be complaining about. And that's the fact that these games are said to only contain the original 151 Pokemon, and their Alola forms. Well shit. A lot of people lost it when they heard this and got upset. But what did you expect? It's a Kanto remake. If you were expecting to catch your precious Sinnoh and Unova Pokemon in the Kanto region, I don't know what to tell you. Now an interesting thing to note is that the new Generation 7 Mythical, Meltan, will be in these games. But that might be the only exception. Besides that, what's probably gonna happen is that for the main game it's just the original 151, but then during the post game we'll have access to everything else. This is how it's been done in every remake so far, so it would be a smart thing to do. However, it's totally possible that these games only do contain Gen 1 Pokemon, and if that's true, then that's concerning. I mean, I get it. There's over 800 Pokemon now, so it'll take forever to make 3D models for all of them when the main focus is just Kanto, especially when they have to do the same thing again in the 2019 game. But I think there's an easy solution to this problem. The Pokemon Go Park. The Go Park is the Safari Zone replacement of these games. And it makes total sense since you're pretty much catching all the Pokemon in these games in the Safari Zone style anyway, so it would be kind of pointless to have it now. The Pokemon Go Park is super important because that's where we'll be able to get all the Pokemon we transferred from Pokemon Go, hence the name. So far we've seen that only the original 151 can be transferred over. But here's the thing, Pokemon Go has more than 151. Right now we're up to Generation 3 in Pokemon Go. Oh wow, actually scratch that because Gen 4 is out. Anyways, so it's totally possible that we can send those other Pokemon to Let's Go as well. If we can, that's how we'll be able to get newer Pokemon. What's probably the case is that we can only send Gen 1 during the main game, and then during the post game we can send all the rest. It's sort of like how in Fire Red and Leaf Green, where we couldn't use Gen 2 or 3 Pokemon until we got the National Dex. Now it's also possible that we can transfer through Pokemon Bank. It was mentioned in the Let's Go rumors that turned out to be true, so it wouldn't be too big of a stretch if that were true as well. But at this point, we still haven't heard anything about Pokemon Bank, so let's just leave that to the side. Now another concern I want to talk about is, will there even be a post game? The post game is an important factor on how well a Pokemon game is, at least for me. If there's nothing left to do after you beat the champion, then people won't want to play these games once they're done. Now cause this is a Pokemon Yellow remake, I'm worried that they're gonna redo all aspects of the game, which includes having no post game. Luckily, we just recently got confirmation of the brand new Master Trainers. These are trainers who specialize on a certain Pokemon and you have to take them on using that very same Pokemon. That's actually a very cool concept. But after you defeat them all, is that it? I kinda hope there'll be more. One thing we should note is that Fire Red and Leaf Green had a pretty extensive post game. So if we go the Fire Red and Leaf Green route, does this mean we'll get the Sevi Islands? I really hope this is the case. Like I mentioned before, only the original 151 and their Alola forms will be available in these games. Now while they can be transferred at the Pokemon Go Park, it's also totally possible that they can be caught in the Sevi Islands as well. That would be perfect actually. The Sevi Islands are known to be much warmer than the Kanto region since they're to the south, so this would be a good place for the tropical Alolan forms to be. This would be awesome if it comes true. You can actually visit the first 3 islands during the main game of Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then after you get the National Dex, you can access the rest with all the other newer Pokemon. Maybe this will be the case for Let's Go. In the first 3 islands you'll find the Alolan forms, then the remaining 4 will have Pokemon from all the other regions. Who knows, maybe instead of the Trainer Tower of 7 Island, you can have the Battle Tree there instead. But I don't know, I might be pushing it there. My last concern, which might seem minor, but hear me out on this one, the Champion Defense Battles. Will they bring them back? A newly added feature to Pokemon Sun and Moon was the Champion Defense Battles, where after you become the champion, you battle trainers who want to take your title. I love this. This was so cool because it actually made you feel like a champion for once. In older games, after you defeat the champion and take on the Elite Four again, they're still there. Like, no, I beat you, I'm the champion. I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
It never made sense for them to return because they technically lost their title, so I really hope they bring this back in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. In these games, Trace is taking the place of Blue as your rival. And as we all know, Blue becomes a champion that you have to defeat. Well, if Trace is the one who becomes champion in these games, he better be gone when I beat him. I want to fight other challengers like we did in Sun and Moon. That would be cool. It made me feel like a real champion. And with that, those are all my concerns for Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Now, although I made this whole video talking about my concerns, I have no doubt in my mind that I will still enjoy these games. No game is perfect, so of course people will have their problems. But I think the best way to avoid that is to just play these games with an open mind and for the fun of it. Game Freak has always hooked me time and time again with each new installment, so honestly, there's nothing to fear. I think we're gonna be in for a good time with these games. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to become a LUMIOSE trainer today. Also, follow me on Twitter to find out what's up and what's new. Last but not least, make sure to live your life to the fullest, and I'll see you all next time.